Hello, Blue Justin here, still Justin, still not blue, and it's time for this week's unboxing. And I've got ones that were supposed to arrive last week, ones that's supposed to arrive not until next week, and I've got some late arrivals from America, and I've got some absolutely fantastic stuff to show you today. So hang around, and I've got loads and loads of notes, so this might take a while, so we better get started. First up, we've got one that was supposed to have been released at the beginning of the week, didn't actually arrive with me until the end of the week, along with some that was supposed to be not out until next week. And that first one that we're going to have is War of the Worlds. This is the remake with Tom Cruise in the lead. I think it's a very good updating of the story, and basically just look at that steelbook artwork. I think that's by far the best the outer package has ever looked, and the inner package is obviously going to be the same, which means it's going to give your speakers one heck of a workout. What else have we here? Yes, the week's big release, the Amazon exclusive of Godzilla versus Kong. I really like the look of this steel. I think it's probably the best one out there. Certainly the one that I've been able to get my hands on, and I haven't actually done the unboxing for this yet, but I have taken off the shrink wrap because the shrink wrap had a crease in it which made it look like the steel itself might be creased along the spine. So anyway, you can see the nice reflective surface there. It's sort of matte with a metallic sheen on certain areas. Very nice. I think Big Paulie's done a full unboxing for it, if you want to go and check that out. Haven't seen it, can't wait. Next up, a classic 80s movie written and produced by John Hughes, who just seemed to be able to tap into the absolute perfect teen angst high school period of the time, and just produced great films out of them. Films such as The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 16 Candles, and this one, Pretty in Pink. Molly Ringwald stars as the fish out of water poor girl. It's usually regarded very highly, and this is so I've been able to get on Blu-ray. This is the Steelbook. It just come out. In the States, the same artwork is on the same Steelbook, but theirs isn't an exclusive. Over here it's a Zavvi exclusive. I honestly don't know whether they've still got any in stock, but if you like the film, I suggest you get over there and have a look. Next up, in the same style, also by producer and writer John Hughes, Some Kind of Wonderful. Now, this is the one I really was looking for. I mean, it's been so hard to find ever in this country, and I broke down and finally got the DVD a little while back because it's never been available on Blu-ray here. And it's rare enough to find on Blu-ray anyway, though I think it's in a 5-film set in France or something like that. Anyway, this is the Steelbook with similar style artwork. For some reason, this one seems to get the second place being to Pretty in Pink. Personally, I think it's the far superior of the two films. You can tell it's seems to be in second place to Pretty in Pink because it specifically advertises itself as from the director of Pretty in Pink, because they share the same writer producer in John Hughes, but they also share the same director. I can't remember his name, I'm afraid. Howard Deutsch, is that how you pronounce it? Howard Deutsch, yeah, because he's involved in a commentary on this one. So, great story about Eric Stoltz in the lead role, protagonist. Memphis Belle, I think. Oh, there's a movie I don't think I've got Blu-ray or even DVD. Better go and pick that up. Makes mental note. He's utterly in love with the highly unattainable Leah Thompson, class, beauty, etc., who is Marty McFly's girlfriend in the Back to the Future movies. But the person who really steals the show is Mary Stuart Masterson as the tomboy girl who's been Eric Stoltz's best friend since childhood, and he hasn't noticed over the years, has utterly fallen for him. Total unrequited love situation. And it's just so well done. It's just such a brilliant film. If you haven't seen this one, as with all John Hughes films, but honestly, especially this one, please get to see it in some format or another. And next up we have .4K Steelbook lenticular magnet for Deadpool. Now, I have got the present 4K Steelbook, but I much prefer the artwork on this one. So I'm lucky enough to be in a situation to buy it, so I did. Absolutely hilarious film. Goes out there to prove that you can actually have strongly violent Marvel films as long as Disney aren't dealing with them, and they're still very successful. I don't know if you can see the lenticular much through the plastic. Probably not much. Just getting lots of reflections. Anyway, I will be doing an unboxing of this one because I've seen an unboxing of the Deadpool 2 that's lenticular, that's already out in the States, and that it actually is coming out in a little while's time over here. And that one not only has the lenticular magnet on the front, but if you take the magnet off, it's got some embossing underneath on the steelbook, which is really nice. So I want to see if this one does, and if that's going to be the same for the UK, which is also an interesting question. As it happens, I'm not going to be getting the Deadpool 2 Savvy exclusive lenticular steelbook release for one particular reason. It's because I believe it'll be the same as the US release, which means that it'll only include the theatrical cut, and the present steelbook, even though the artwork isn't as good as the new lenticular coming out, which is the one where he's riding on the unicorn rubber rings floating in a pool, does not include the super duper cut, which the previous steelbook 4K, which I have, does. So the only way that would be any use to me is if I, at significant expense, bought the new coming out lenticular and then moved over the 4Ks into the from the old one, the Super Duper Cut 4K, to replace the Blu-ray in the new case, which I just don't think is worth it, even with the amount I spend. This is my first American import. I've been waiting some time for this. What did I do? Sorry, just distracted there for a moment. I ordered it quite a lot ahead of its release date, and then all of a sudden it went out of stock before its release date, as for some reason it's mad, I don't understand. Therefore there was a delay in sending them out, but they eventually got round to it, and it has now arrived. That's Django. That's the original one with Franco Nero as playing the lead role. It's described on the back, and I don't have no reason to disagree, definitive spaghetti western. It was one of the very, very first to really get the attention going. This one's a new 4K presentation with Dolby Vision HDR10. It's only got the mono soundtrack, which is original, but it is PCM, obviously. It's also got Italian soundtracks and English subtitles if you want to listen in the original language. It's a nice set. As you can see here, it's got a nice little proper full-size set. It looks like a sturdy case. I will probably do an unboxing for this one. I'm not sure about the situation with the region coding of the Blu-ray in here. However, what I can tell you in addition to that is that what they have done is they've included an additional film, which is Texas Adios, not Adios Texas, I keep on saying that, sorry. Which it's only on the Blu-ray in here. They haven't remastered it and produced it in 4K, but essentially you're getting the Texas Adios Blu-ray, which I don't think has been out anywhere, as part of this package. It's got lots of it's still got additional extras as well, this being an AWO release. As you can see, the extras on the back there are quite significant. That's the 4K Django, that's the Blu-ray, and that's Texas Adios, and that's got an audio commentary. So that's pretty impressive. Looks like we've also got a nice thick booklet in there, possibly a poster, etc. So we'll all find out more about that when I finally do my unboxing. I think for the I might, if I do an unboxing for the two John Hughes films, Pretty in Pink and Some Kind of Wonderful, I shall probably do them in a double unboxing to so it's all done in one. Anyway, that's that one. Like I said, it took ages to get here, but I think it's well worth it. I'm not sure if it's sold out now, but looks good. Here's another import. This one came a lot quicker though. This one's The Great Race, classic 60s film that I used to watch. It used to seem to be on all the time on bank holidays and over Christmas and that sort of thing, along with those magnificent men and their flying machines. Same sort of idea. Huge Great Race. This one from New York to Paris. I dare say they didn't have to drive all the way, because otherwise that would be quite tricky. It's got Jack Lemmon as the Dick Dastardly type character, and his sidekick, instead of being Muttley, is played by Peter Falk, and Peter Perfect of the Wacky Races essentially is played by Tony Curtis. I suspect that there'll be a female, suffragette bound to be in there. Yeah, there we go. That's Natalie Wood. So you've got a nice cast in there, and we've also got the fact that there are, I think, it's a world record, certainly at the time, of 2,357 custard pies thrown. That film. What else have we got? Oh yes, this is another American release, not available here. This one's Rogue. See, it comes in a nice slip. The artwork's the same, but the slip itself is embossed, which is always a nice touch. This one is Megan Fox from the Transformers movies. Is a battle-hardened mercenary. Personally, I can't see it. Going in on a daring rescue mission. Surprisingly enough, it goes wrong in remote Africa, and they have to face the brutal encounter with a gang of rebels and the horde of ravenous, enraged lions that they encounter. As we see here, that we've got a male lion being ravenous and enraged, and as most people will know, in actual fact, it's the lionesses that do all the hunting. All that the males do is to protect the rest of the pride from other male lions, but it looks like a bit of fun. And talking of a bit of fun, I saw this on Big Paulie's Chatting Movies Facebook page, bought by someone else, and thought, Tony Jaa and Dolph Lundgren in one film, I'm having some of that. Oh yes. So I grabbed the German copy of Skin Trade. I can't obviously go into all the details of what it's about because it's all in German on the back, so I can't even read it for you. However, it does have English DTS HD Master Audio soundtrack, so no problem there. I was not such a surprise because I dare say it was shot in English in the first place. So, yeah, looking forward to that as a nice, straightforward shoot 'em up. Bound to be. Oh, it's I think I worked out what the Zweicops Ein Mission Kein Gnade. I believe that's the first two are easy. 2 cops, 1 mission, no mercy. I think I looked that up and checked, but quite predictable. Oh, by the way, yes, there was a big German age rating sticker here, but I didn't take it off. It was part of the thing, but it's reversible sleeve, so you can see it's down there. So I've just swapped it around, and you have discard, same as the front. It's always nice. Right, this next one I have been hoping that they would release on Blu-ray one day for so long. I've had it on DVD for some time. I think it's a stunningly unknown and underrated film, and it is Crossroads. It's got interesting packaging, as you can see. It's got the look of an old VHS, but it's not in a VHS style case, so it will fit on your shelf, which is nice to see. I'll just put that there. Yep. Inside, different artwork, so it's just a slip that looks like the VHS. It's a really good story, essentially a road trip about a young blues guitarist played by Ralph Macchio, who was obviously Daniel in the Karate Kid, and he is desperate to learn the blues and discover Robert Johnson's missing song that Robert Johnson recorded after doing his infamous deal with the devil to be the best blues guitarist ever. And so he finds some old newspaper clippings to help him in his discovery, and essentially he finds and tracks down Willie Brown, who is an old friend who's still alive of Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson, I believe, was supposedly poisoned by his wife, and he tracks down this Willie Brown to a minimum security hospital, where Willie Brown tells him that he knows where the recording, or Robert Johnson's missing song is, and he will tell him if he'll help him escape and head down to Mississippi to the crossroads, which is where Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil, the devil's Demon's Crossroads. And so Ralph, his character's Eugene, agrees, and they set off scamming their way across America down to Mississippi, and learning life lessons on the way. So essentially becoming a blues player the way he's supposed to become a blues player, not through cheating, actually learning the blues through life experiences. Interesting enough, throughout the film, when you get close-ups of Ralph's hands, because obviously he can't play the guitar like a guitar god, I believe they're Ry Cooder's hands, fantastic blues guitarist, who was also the composer for the movie in the credits. And the Devil's Man is played by Steve Vai, an absolute astonishing good guitarist. And I believe in some sequences where Ry Cooder couldn't manage some of the complex bits that are required by the film in certain areas, they did close-ups of Steve Vai's hands instead, because he could, virtuoso. But he doesn't have the actual blues, which is why he didn't actually do so well when he was a member of Whitesnake, one of my favourite bands. Next, yet another import. Yes, I'm having a bit import crazy. Took a while to get here as well. This is Gotcha. Anthony Edwards. Before he was Goose in Top Gun, and before he was working in the ER, he had hair, and he was a college freshman. His hobby is playing some sort of paintball assassin game around campus, which he's pretty damn good at. Thus the name Gotcha. You're supposed to claim when you hit someone that you are given the target of. Anyway, the plot is he gets involved with this lady, played by, I don't know why I forget her name, because she's one of my favourite actresses, Linda Fiorentino from The Last Seduction, talking of which, incredible film. I've probably mentioned it on my unboxing of Basic Instinct, because Again, it's a femme fatale type situation. Absolutely amazing. And anyway, back to this. I really enjoy this. This is not up to that great standard, but I haven't seen it in a while, and it's very difficult to get on anywhere on Blu-ray apart from the US, especially in English. Obviously, it's got 2 audio commentaries on it, which is nice to see, but not much else. But oh yeah, Linda here, she gets him involved in going behind the Iron Curtain to get out something he doesn't know about, and he has a good time, but it all gets a bit out of hand, and then they go back to America, and it all plays out on his turf, and it's a very good film. I think so. The Tourist. This is a UK film, well, UK release, that I picked up this week quite cheap. It's a new one to me. It's not an upgrade. The reason I got it is because I was doing some editing of one of my videos very late at night, and whilst I was letting it the video render, this film was playing on my TV in the background, and I got quite drawn into it. I think it was about half to 2/3 of the way through, and I really started to enjoy it, but I thought, no, instead of starting it halfway through or 2/3 of the way through, I'll watch it from the beginning. So I looked it out, and it was relatively cheap, so picked it up, came through. Johnny Depp, Angelina Jolie, and I think the bad guy is Steve Burkhoff. He's usually a good bad guy. So, yep, looking forward to seeing that from the start. And then Taffy. Now, I hadn't seen or remembered this for absolutely years. Last time I saw this was on VHS. I didn't know that they'd released it, and oh yes, actually this should have come before that last time because it's an import. But anyway, yeah, it certainly hasn't been released in this country. Yeah, it's only a Pierce Brosnan film, Irish revenge-seeking hard nut. I just hope it lives up to my memories of when I saw it back many years ago on that VHS tape. So, yeah. Almost at the end now. This is the Disney classic Robin Hood. Oh, that lovely sort of shiny slip. For those who don't know, this is Disney Classic 21. And again, according to all sources, this barcode number should not come with a slip. That should be a different barcode. But obviously they put some slips onto the regular release. This is supposed to be the 20, according to this barcode, it's supposed to be the something or other year anniversary, and it's supposed to have a little thing across the top, but it isn't. So they appear to have quite a few different covers and styles for this particular barcode, which is odd in itself. Yeah, it happens to be one. In fact, it probably is my favourite classic Disney movie, with the voice acting of Peter Ustinov and Terry Thomas. Fantastic voice actors and fantastic actors in their own right, actually. And it came one of those cardboard mailers at the same time as I got Godzilla versus Kong came in a similar cardboard mailer. Unfortunately, this one suffered the damage and it's got a nasty crease up here. I know it's a horror to all you slip cover fans, but at least it didn't happen to the steelbook of Godzilla vs Kong, because that might have been more difficult to get replaced. I decided not to get this one replaced when they turned around and said just keep it for free. Well, keep it and we'll refund the full amount anyway. So I decided that since the case down here was crushed and broken, I just put it into a new case, like a spare case. Obviously I keep for just such circumstances, and then I put in a new slip. There's a slight damage anyway on the upside. The side that's going to be facing outwards is perfect, so nobody's going to know unless I do turn it around. So anyway, I use that word far too much, I know. Anyway, and finally, the International. It's essentially a Clive Owen with Naomi Watts shoot 'em up. It's an update on the DVD, which I have, and I enjoy it, so that's why I found it reasonable price, and I thought I'll update it. Always got to get it on Blu-ray if you like film, and it's available, and you can just about afford it. Yes, I'm doing well at the moment. So, okay, right. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this video and got something out of some of my haul this week. I think it's a good varied selection, and lots of things to unbox. I'm overwhelmed by unboxing things at the moment. So yes. Anyway, as I said, that's me for today. If you liked it, please hit the like button. Helps the channel. Please comment with any interesting or information you have, or any questions you have about any of the titles. I will always try to respond, usually in a timely manner. And in the meantime, keep on enjoying the movies, keep on enjoying the TV, keep on enjoying everyone's YouTube channels. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to mine. And if you haven't gone on to my Facebook group for this channel, please do. And no, I haven't forgotten about the fact that I've now gone through 100 subscribers, and I'm going to be doing a 100 subscriber giveaway as soon as I can sort out the prizes and find the time to record it and work out how the software works for me to record the prize giving or prize selection. Anyway, cheers.